Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack making backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the vital speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews, how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
Developing tonight, a rapper is dead after a double shooting in Bogalusa. Investigators have spent the past 24 hours trying to put all the pieces together in a double shooting there. There were 3 separate shooting scenes. And as Mike McDaniel explains, authorities believe they're all connected and that they're part of a bigger problem.
This isn't the first deadly shooting involving a rapper in the city. Last summer, police say a rivalry between 2 rap groups led to the murder of a 19-year-old rapper hiding out in Bogalusa.
There's young people losing their lives.
That rivalry between 2 rap groups led to the murder of a man who was hiding out in Bogalusa. After days on the run, 2 men accused of the crime are now arrested. And as Mike McDaniel explains, police are thankful this shooting didn't leave more people dead.
Balloons, candles, and bullet holes in the door of apartment 6 at the Union Point housing complex in Bogalusa are reminders of what happened early Monday morning.
It's senseless.
Captain David Miller says 19-year-old Michael Brock, a rapper from neighboring Tangipahoa Parish, opened the door after hearing a knock. Miller says Brock came to Bogalusa because he was getting death threats from a rival rap group.
He thought maybe I can come to Bogalusa and lay low a little bit, and apparently they followed him here.
They are 19-year-olds Cordavian White and Taj Taplin. Miller says White drove the car, and Taplin is the one who was outside the door with an AR-15 assault rifle.
There was a lot of bullets fired. It's scary.
Miller says more than 10 shell casings were found.
A neighbor who did not want to go on camera says he's still shocked about what happened. During this shooting, Miller says other people were also inside the apartment, including a 7-year-old, and it's a miracle no one else was killed.
Miller says that 7-year-old witnessed the shooting. Other folks we spoke with at the 92-unit complex say their sense of community is broken and were too afraid to go on camera.
When violence like this strikes, not only does it affect those that are involved in the violence, but it affects everyone around them.
Thursday, White and Taplin were pulled over during a traffic stop outside of Houston, Texas. That's when authorities say a struggle ended with White's arrest and Taplin escaping. After a high-speed chase into Louisiana, Taplin was arrested near Lake Charles. Miller says none of it should have ever happened.
Now you have a 19-year-old young man that will never live his life, and 2 other 19-year-old young men that very, very well spend their life in jail. And what did that solve? What did that, I mean, it didn't solve anything.
In Bogalusa, Mike McDaniel, Eyewitness News.
Both White and Taplin are said to be brought back to Bogalusa to face second-degree murder charges. The Bogalusa Police Department credits teamwork between local, state, and federal agencies in tracking both these men down.
They have 2 teenagers in custody for the killing of Michael Brock. They say 19-year-old Cordavian White shot and killed Brock with an assault rifle. They add 19-year-old Taj Taplin was the getaway driver. Officers near Houston, Texas stopped the 2 yesterday and arrested White, but there actually was a struggle and Taplin got away. He made it to Lake Charles but was soon arrested by Louisiana police.
Yeah, we back. We on our way to Louisiana with it. Tangipahoa Parish to be exact. But we gonna stop in Bogalusa. Shit gonna get ugly. But I'm gonna need all my guys to flood the comment box. Y'all already know what it is. Today, I'm gonna be telling y'all a story of consequence. And hopefully it hit home for some of the younger guys that's in the streets making choices. Now today, I'm gonna be telling you guys the story of a guy by the name of Michael Brock, who was from Tangipahoa Parish and affiliated with a rap group by the name of 313. Anybody that know anything or got any knowledge of 313 with their music, like y'all get in the comment box, y'all flooded. We in y'all city. Now with a population of about 120,000, it sounds just like another small city in the South, but hidden deep under that, they fighting a lot of the same problems that they fight in the bigger cities that we see today. Now with rap being a competitive sport, it only gets more competitive the smaller the space gets. So in other words, it gets more combative the more closer you are to your competition. Not sure the root cause of the issue, but prosecutors would allege that the Michael Brock affiliated 313 group will find themselves in some kind of confrontation with another group called the Fours. Like most rap beefs, it would lead to songs being made as well as rap videos that essentially go on to provide fuel to a already building fire. Now, it's all good when people are able to keep it in the booth, but since the Tupac and Biggie saga, it's hard to find too many times where rappers would get into a confrontation and they would both decide that we are going to keep this on wax. But unfortunately for Michael Brock, two members of the rivaling Fours, Cordavian Wright and Taj Taplin, had no intentions in keeping it on wax. And when the situation would get a little hot for Michael Brock in Tangipahoa Parish, he would leave the city for nearby Bogalusa. And in June of 2021, they would track him down to the Sunset Acres housing complex, where they were armed with an AR-15. Now, only members of the two groups would be able to tell you what escalated the beef to this point. Some people in law enforcement track it back to a video released by the 313 music group on June 6, 2021, titled Curveball, where Michael Brock could be seen featured at the beginning of the video, toting an assault rifle, where one of the members of the group can be heard saying, "The whole city is gonna lay about it." No matter how, the situation would escalate to a point that would lead to Taj Taplin knocking on one of the doors in the apartment complex. And when opened by Michael Brock, Taplin would proceed to open fire on him. Captain David Miller of the police department would go on to say that it's lucky no one else was hit, as a 7-year-old child was in the apartment and witnessed the shooting. It wouldn't be long after the murders before authorities would go on to identify and arrest Taplin and White. But not after it was all too late. And it's crazy because situations like this that we usually see in big cities, it almost has more legs or have more room for life because it's more room to move around. But in a lot of these small cities, it's like going from being in a shootout to playing Russian roulette because your competition is right there on you. You really have no place to hide. So with that being said, to any musician that's doing music, that's trying to make it out of the environment that they're in, you would essentially be a fool to let a beef from your past block the blessing from your future. But we see it all the more in these cases, with the biggest one about to be Young Thug, and we'll all watch to see how that one plays out. But we appreciate y'all Tangipahoa Parish. We appreciate y'all Bogalusa. Y'all show love. We're going to be back soon. Y'all make sure y'all get in the comment box. Let us know what the city is like. Everybody else, y'all get in the comment box. Let us know what cities we haven't been to, what stories we need to cover, what gangsters we missed, what I got wrong. Y'all hit me on Twitter, on IG. Follow the guy, POP_A_LOT. Y'all already know the business. MOBB Gang